we've seen the county partnership, there's just a geographical issue.
It's a keep at them to try to make that better, but it isn't going to go away. The county's going to keep it there. We have to work with it, but we have to merit it.
Well, I mean, you're absolutely right, Glenn. It is a municipal issue. We accept that, and but I do. I really sense your frustration with working in that context, right?
Yes.
So it's not working. From someone who's on the inside track, we're not there. We can just look at the outside and we see some dysfunction as far as we're concerned. So it's a question. So it's a question. We had to go one way or the other. We either have to take it on entirely, and we have to pursue that at the county level, or we have to get them to, like, it doesn't seem to be working. You said 5 years invested in it, and we're still playing the same tune. So I guess, you know, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result, right? And it's not working. So do we have to pursue that at the county, and until that changes, we're kind of stuck with the Tourism Society of Lambton as our leader in this context? Do we have any choice? From what I understand at past discussions about this, it hasn't been seriously pursued well. I've been in that position, but from past discussions, it just blows over. There's not enough support in the county to allow a change there. So I don't think we can financially handle two simultaneous responsibilities here, because no one has the final. The buck doesn't stop finally with one person or one entity. Is my bottom line concern. It becomes a financial overburden, I guess, for us.
The county did funding. Is it for 4 years? It was either funding slept or TSL at a lower level, and they raised the funding. But I think they several years of funding, because that was always the problem. They never knew whether they had next year, and they couldn't do what they were going to do. So the county gave them a block of money and said this is for a number of years to hopefully get that of the 5 years rolling. And I can see a change, but it's not enough. Like I said, we're not getting out of that, because the county is not going to. I don't believe that there's a commitment there, and it's staying there, and we can't withdraw from the federation of the county. So we're there. We're paying that, like it or not. It's to get the value out of it that we can. But this is what we have to decide, whether we're putting money into our own and how we're doing that. So, Councillor Scott.
When we went back to strategic planning, we totally identified economic development. I've been harping on that since I became a councillor. We all know that what we have now, we've always had, because the kids are now coming back to Grand Bend from the parents. When they were little, the adults are coming back. And we know that we need to definitely move forward on that. So we as a municipality are very well aware that there's definitely need out there for us to be known better. Since I've been on council, I have noticed that we are getting new stores in Forest. There's a couple new that have opened in Grand Bend. We have the Agra, I'm not sure what that's called, but the Agra business with Martin Shuley with his peppers and stuff. So I see that we are definitely open for business, and I see that things are starting to happen. And we pay, I'm not sure what percent we pay to as a levy, or whatever we pay to.
I just looked that up actually. I don't have 2013 numbers, but for 2012, Lambton Shores was 12.5%, St. Clair was 13.3%, and the city of Sarnia is 53%.
Yeah, so
that's why that skew is probably
yes.
But they pay that.
So that's why they usually put Sarnia in front. So we know that in some respects we're being ignored. I believe that the Economic Task Force also identified a lot of things that committee is going to be able to pursue. Now, it's not going to pursue for 2013. We haven't even got the committee off the wall yet. So I mean, I see that what you're doing is value. I mean, I said last year, the book had improved. I think when I went through the book at home, and I begged and borrowed yesterday, I was very impressed with what's in there. However, there, as you said yesterday, there's still lots of places to go. We certainly have different things to do. So I really think that some of the things that we have done are good. We're obviously, when it's too hot and the stores are still complaining that they're not making enough money,
I know, my magic wand,
It's
Nothing
what,
left.
well, yeah, well, I believe, just let me finish.
Could be
I-
product too.
I believe, well, it's not product,
Could be.
I believe that the people that are coming here because of the economy out there are different people, are different types of tourism. I believe that there one time, let's go to Toronto, Toronto people will come here and say, let's go to Grand Bend, we've heard about it, and we're doing that, and then next time we're gonna go up to Collingwood because we've heard about that, and then we're gonna go to Osaka, because they're going all over, they're not getting on a plane and taking off and going out of Canada, they're exploring what's in their backyard. So I think we've got a lot of different things that we've got to look at from a lot of perspectives. I think there's a lot of change, not only in the tourism, but other stuff too, and I think you've started to.
Things, yeah. Councilor.
I think Councilor McCrae was ahead.
That's good. Right.
Is that all right? Let me throw this out on the table, because it's an interesting discussion. Again, you know, it's unfortunate we wait till the 11th hour to have this discussion. I thought, you know, we have a member of council, it's unfortunate that he's not here, Councilor McGuire, he is our liaison, but let me just throw this out. I've heard since I've been on council that this municipality does not deliver services. I've heard that over and over and over. And I've heard the term facilitate services used. So if we have a service that we're not delivering, tourism services, and we haven't formally contracted with an agency that does deliver those, and if there is 1.2 million at stake, I find it curious that we will fund the YMCA to the tune of in excess of $57,000 plus for a wellness service down in the community of Forest, but when it comes to 1.2 million in tourism services, we can't afford it. So I think this goes back again to the argument of what services do we facilitate, what services do we contract with, where's the formal partnership, and I think Councillor Scott is at this discussion. Again, I think, you know, it's 11th hour, but we do have an economic development committee coming. I think this is going to be an integral part of it, but I think this municipality has to decide, hopefully in this term of this council, are we in the business of contracting with an agency, a service provider in this area? And if we are, then we have to sit down and have substantive discussion, so we don't wait till the 11th hour to have this type of meeting, and then we're now saying, oh, well, what do we do to keep the service going? I don't think it's fair to you. I don't think it's fair to the municipality.
I don't know that it's the 11th hour that we're in a panic. We said we would fund the chamber for 2 years to deal with this. So we just have to decide how much and how we're going to do that. We're in the budget process. Councilor.
Yeah, just a quick question. The Forest BIA, have they been approached for input and potential financing?
We have approached them for how we can work together. We haven't asked them for any money. No.
Because what I'm seeing here is we're already levying the businesses of Forest, and now we're looking at tax dollars that's going to hit the residentially and on their business taxes. So I know I'm going to get a ton of flack. Oh yeah. Big time.
I think.
Seriously.
Well, I mean, you know, the purpose of a BIA is to promote, rehabilitate a downtown core. And yeah, it is a levy, right? I mean, the chamber's contribution to tourism services for the municipality is what, $37,000. I have it up on another 2 screens from this. That's the chamber's contribution for the municipality, $37,000. That is taken out of voluntarily paid memberships. So for us, we have to answer. I know you guys are answering questions to people in your ward. We're answering questions to our membership. Say, why are we subsidizing?
It just makes sense to me if the Grand Bend Chamber is going to take the lead on promoting that shores, and you've done a fabulous job. I'm not trying to argue that point. Okay.
It's how you justify it.
It makes sense to me that you would approach the Forest BIA for input and dollars.
You know, Ken, the one thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, the one thing that you could think of in terms of alleviating a taxpayer's concern, if you know, some people don't want to listen, they just want to complain. The visitors to Grand Bend pay to park in a municipal parking lot. How much this year? 600,000. So that would be 3% of the parking fee would be an advertising expense. if you wish to look at it that way, and it's completely off